There is another small car park just east of here, but this is the area the track comes off. Easier to spot because of the water tank that's here. This is a little place on the west side of Margaret River called Kevill Road Waterfall. Not a lot of water flowing at the moment. Quite a wide rock bar. No picnic facilities or anything else here, just a small bush track leading down to the river. Okay, the area we went to first was the wrong place, and it's no wonder that the waterfall that we saw there was just a trickle and wasn't anything like as impressive as some of the photos we'd seen. Continue about 200 metres past the water tank that comes up on the right hand side of the road, and you'll find a bigger parking area. This is now the correct site. Now that's a little bit more like it. You can, I guess, imagine this place with a full river flow. It'll be quite a bit more spectacular than it is at the moment. There's a bit more of a flow in front of me. I'll see if I can get a bit of a shot from down here. But still, the river is flowing. We're into late November, so not bad. Quite a nice pool here at the top of the waterfall, and just heading across the rock bar now to have a look on the far side.
From there, it was only a short drive to the melting pot. This is a glass studio where Jerry, the artist in residence and owner, makes one-off pieces of glass art or sets of all sorts of glassware. Don't expect Kmart prices here. This is real art, and each piece is unique. Jerry was in the process of doing some commission work, and we were treated to seeing a piece created from start to finish. To watch a molten lump of glass become a thing of beauty, and to see the skill with which Jerry worked the glass, was a real privilege. If you want to go out and see Jerry doing some work and buy some of Jerry's art, please give him a ring first, as visits are by appointment only. Filming and photographing the creation of this piece took quite some time, and by the time we finished, it was well after midday. We reached Ellensbrook and decided to continue on to the car park by the beach.
This is a little beach just north of Ellensbrook Homestead. We are going to have a look at the homestead shortly, but we just came to park up here to have some lunch and discover this little beach. Very quiet this time of year. Not sure how busy this gets once the tourists all start coming down, but almost got it to ourselves right now. Unfortunately, we get to see a few of these along this coast. They are memorials to surfers who have been taken by sharks in this area.
After lunch, it was back to Ellensbrook Homestead. And on what was my third visit, I finally got to see inside the buildings.
This is the old homestead of Ellensbrook. It was built around about the 1830s by Alfred and Ellen Bussell. They were some of the first settlers in this area. It's not immediately evident from where we're standing, but we're actually quite close to the coast here. The cottage is nestled behind a large dune which would have protected it from the strong southwesterly winds.
To think that this farm dates back to the earliest settlement of this area made me reflect on what life could have been like and how hard it must have been to carve an existence out of this sometimes harsh and forbidding land. The homestead is somewhat smaller than it once was, as some of the rooms have been lost over time, but the essence of the original buildings remain. If you take a picnic lunch, there's some lovely spots by the stream under some shady trees. There is a fee to view the buildings, but it all goes to help maintain the site, and so it's a few dollars really well spent.
The original roof or anything like that, it would have been interesting to see how they constructed it. All corrugated iron now. Certainly takes some of the authenticity away. They've obviously done some work here to give this a more authentic look. I don't think it would be original. I'll look to see if there's any information on it, but that would certainly have been a more authentic. This homestead probably doesn't appear to be much by modern eyes, but in its day it would have been reasonably substantial for this area. Now, not many people are going to get through this particular doorway today without bending down significantly. That is probably only about 5 feet high. The remains of a very old water wheel. They did have another water wheel on this site at one time. It was sitting up in the paddock here by the house, and that's been removed. Why, I don't know. Not sure why it was there in the first place, not sure why it got removed, but it's certainly gone now.
By the time we'd finished filming and looking around, the afternoon had just slipped away, and it was already time to head back to Olive Hill. We made a slight detour to Coarum on the way, but what we had planned to be a semi-rest day turned out to be a full day after all.